Coach Greg, and today I'm going to talk to you about Melanotan 2. Reason for that is because you may have seen my girlfriend and all her sunburns and all of that stuff, and a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just tell her to take Melanotan 2? Well, guess what she did? She has done it a lot of times in the past and done it, and she didn't really like it enough, and the side effects were bad, and so she stopped, and I tried to convince her to do it again because of skin cancer and stuff. And so I'm going to talk to you about it and all this stuff and give you the information. Before I do that, I am not a doctor. I'm not telling you not to use Melanotan 2. It's just like a peptide, and it's not on me to tell you what you can or can't do. Check the laws of your country. I don't know if it's legal or legal, depending on the country you're in. What it is, it's a chemical, like a peptide, and it's similar to melanin, which is what is in your body that makes your skin get dark. And if you look at me, I am very dark, so I have a lot of melanin in my body. It is not melatonin. It doesn't make you sleepy. It is not a sleeping type of thing. Do not confuse. There's a lot of M in it, and it sounds exactly the same, but it's not. What you do is you actually inject this into your muscle or under your skin, so it doesn't have to be like a deep shot, and it's done with an insulin syringe like this, these little things here. So basically, you just shoot this under the skin, and it's like a baby, what do you see? Can you see that? It's like a baby little needle, so hardly anything. This is what it looks like, and this has already been added. There's already been water, bacteriostatic water, added to it. So it comes as a powder. So basically, it would look like this. There's powder, like a white little powder at the bottom of a vial. What you do, okay, so you take 2 mLs, 2 milliliters. 2 milliliters is up to 2 on this thing. Or if you had these little guys, say it was 100 units, you'd put 2 milliliters, 200 units. So I don't know how to explain that any easier. You put 2 mils. It's going to be about that full, 3/4 full. Okay? That's reconstituting. So the water dissolves the powder and makes it into just a solution, just a liquid. Then you have to inject it under the skin. And what does it do? Well, it's going to make you tan way faster. So dosing. What you need, you only need to inject a very tiny amount. So the typical bottle has, just some math, so bear with me. There's 10 milligrams in here. If you add 2 mLs, you divide that by 2 mLs, which is 5,000 micrograms per ml, and there's 100 units in each mil, so that means 50 micrograms. So that's all math you don't even need to know. 50 micrograms per, like, tiny little, like, the first little, that much. The amount you can't even see, you can hardly even count it, okay? You only need to inject 5 units your first time because you don't want to get an upset stomach, nausea, and all kinds of side effects that you can get, which it sucks, and I've used it before, and I hated it too. So start very low dose, 5 units, 250 micrograms. You do that at night because if you do feel sick and upset and all that grossness, you can sleep through it. That's the dosing, 5 units, which on this little thing, it actually says a 5, but it's out of focus when I bring it in. But anyway, that's 5 units. If you're okay with it, and it's not a problem, the next day you do 6. The next day you do 7, then 8, then 9, up to 10 at a time. 5 to 10 units, depending on how sensitive you are, your size of your body, your tolerance to things, and all that good stuff, all right? So for the first week, you're gonna do that 5 to 10 units every day. 1 week. You're gonna start getting more tanned. But remember this, you do need UV exposure. It's not like if you sit in a dark closet for a month and you inject this all day long, you're not gonna get tan. You need some sun exposure to make the tan come to life. So say you're going into tanning beds and you typically go 10 minutes, you could just go like 2 or 3 minutes instead of 10. And that'll allow you to get tan. So you're gonna get way less UV exposure, way less chance of getting skin cancer and all kinds of problems, okay? If you do get skin cancer taking this, or some kind of disease or whatever, it's not from this, it's from the sun that you would have got in the first place anyway, or the tanning bed. So don't blame it on this shit. So in the first week, inject every day. Second week, every 2 days. Third week, every 3 days. Then after that, after you've done it for a long enough time, and if you're really dark like me, by then you're probably going to be already dark enough. If you're like my girlfriend, who's like Casper the Friendly Ghost, you're probably going to have to keep going and going and going and going for weeks, okay? Many more weeks. Once you do get that tan that you want, you only have to do it once a week. So it's just a maintenance, and it's just enough to keep the tan going. Now, if you weren't using this product, you tan. If you only go in the sunbed once a week, you're probably not going to keep much of your tan. You need to tan more often. But with this, your body's like an amped up tanning machine, so you don't need as much. What are some of the benefits of this? Well, the main benefit is you need less sun exposure to get a tan that you like. That means less chance for skin cancer. And if you watch my channel at all, you know I compare half of life to the sun and how the sun is worse because you're going to die of skin cancer. So less death. So decreased chance of dying from this. Boom. That's pretty damn impressive. What else is a benefit? Well, you're going to be able to tan longer and stay dark longer throughout the year. You're just going to be darker, a darker person. You might be Casper the Friendly Ghost, and now you're not Casper anymore. So less bullying, people will make fun of you less. Not that they should anyway. Also, for men, it can increase your erections. It can make you get hard. So if you're having issues with that, this can literally help that. Not in everybody, in some people. I've noticed it. I did in the past use this, and I did notice that happen. Negative side effects. All right, Allie, come here. I want you to tell everybody what was negative. When you did Melanotan, and everyone was talking about like, oh, tell her to use Melanotan. Well, what did it do? What did it feel like? What were the side effects of Melanotan for you, female?
It was horrible for me, although I may try it again. I got so nauseous, like wanted to throw up, was shaky, like it felt like I was getting the flu, and it lasted for a pretty extended period of time. So, and I took it right before bed, but then then I'm like, as soon as I get into bed, I have to go to sleep because if not, I'll just be
I remember missing out on sex many times because of this. Not impressed. Zero impressed.
Whatever.
So you can write all your little comments. Yeah, I tried, and I don't want it to ruin my life too.
I look so white compared to you right now.
Yeah, and then I told her, take less dose. And what did she do? She just doesn't listen. Just, nah.
Well, even at a
This has been hers. It's been sitting there for months
Maybe
because she tried it and then got sick.
Does it go bad?
Well, that's a good point. If you keep it in the fridge, it will last for a long time. But if you keep it at room temperature, it's not good. So make sure you keep it in the fridge. What about the tan that you got when you did use it?
Oh, wow.
Was it good? Was it bad?
Like
what was it?
your color.
You were never my color.
Well, I was almost
Describe the
your color.
tan. Was it really impressive tan?
Yes. Well, yes, it was.
Be truthful. This
was
isn't
impressive.
honest. Everyone expects the truth. What was
Impressive
it?
for me, it was.
So her freckles, every little
Oh.
freckle looked like garbage. It was so
No.
dark, and it's not the good tan. It's not like my tan. My tan's awesome.
Well,
See this stuff? This skin damage all over. You see that?
what are you even looking at? I don't even have. It's
All
more my
this stuff.
shoulders.
All that everywhere. Look at this, shoulders.
Yeah, they were just
It
darker.
looks like that, except even way darker.
No,
so
but-
the tan isn't awesome. It's not an amazing
Maybe
tan.
if you don't have any,
So
freckles.
what a side effect? Any little freckle, tiny little freckles you have gets way darker
But
when
I like
you do
my
it.
freckles.
But she likes it, so it's subjective. But
liked
when
it.
I had the tan, it didn't look as good as a real tan. I call it like a fake, like Melanotan tan. But basically, over time, that fades and gets better if you just keep doing it. And the darker you are, the less you notice the freckles. But at first, the freckles have more melanin, and so they absorb the sun. Boosh, boom, and then you're so black on the freckles, it's crazy right away.
Yeah, it
but
was
then
really
over time, the rest of the body comes in.
Yeah.
So stuff that she doesn't tan, like she's usually wearing a bikini, so you don't see this. her skin here is like perfectly white, awesome, no damage. But like where she sunburns, because she's just
It's all
not,
freckly.
it's so bad. So, you know,
Don't say so bad.
it's so bad.
Whatever.
You're gonna die
Am I
of skin
done? I have
cancer.
an appointment.
All right. So anyway, there was. Oh, did you find it made you hungry, or less hungry, like taking it?
Well, no, I felt so sick. I would say I would be way less hungry.
See, so that's a positive or negative side effect, basically. If you want to diet and you can't eat because you have an upset stomach, well, it helps you diet. But if you're not dieting, it could be a negative side effect. So I'm going to wrap this up by saying, overall, I give this a 5 on 10 rating, as in, it's good, but it's bad. It's like, it depends on the person. I am trying to convince her to use it again because I don't want her to die of skin cancer, because she has the worst skin in the world and she's going to die of skin cancer, and it's sad, and I'm not going to be happy when she dies of skin cancer. And obviously, if you take less, then you don't get this throwing up side effects and the nausea and whatever feelings you can get as much. But there is I didn't even ask her, she doesn't like needles. No one likes needles. We don't like needles. So she hates it. I had to inject her like, and she almost cry about it, and it's the smallest needle in the world. So you end up saying, well, I'll just inject more because then I only have to do it all the time. You could inject it 10 times a day and do like 0.01 and not even notice it, but you'd have to inject it all the time. So if you're really trying to not get sick, just do it twice a day and do even half as much, and you won't even notice it. So that is a very deterrent side effect. If this shit was in pill form and people could just take a pill and get it, it would be selling like hotcakes. Everyone would want it. But as soon as you say it's a needle, people are, oh, I'm scared. Pussies. That's what people are. Pussies. They're pussies in the gym. Pussies with this. Pussies for pain. Everyone's a pansy. That's just how it works. So it's going to help lower your cancer. You're going to get a better tan. Not maybe better, but at least you're going to get a tan, which gives you skin protection, and you're going to not get cancer as easily. So to me, that's worth it. And so that's a wrap. If you want to see more of my videos with Allie, blooping it up here. You might learn something about her. She's on her weight loss journey. How much have you lost so far?
Oh, man.
Oh, right
what
there.
did I say?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Blooping it up here. Coaching, GregDoucette.com. Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe, click the bell button, like the video.